Good day, everyone, and welcome back to Learn English with Blaine. And if this is your first time here, then welcome to my channel. It's a pleasure to have you here with us. And the name of this video is 10 Modal Verb Uses, Part 2. But we could actually call this 12 Modal Verb Uses, Part 2 of 3. And that's because while I was making this video, I discovered that there are actually 12 uses for modal verbs, not only 10. Now I say this because now it depends on who you speak to. Some people say there are only 8 uses, some people say there are 10, other people like myself say that there are actually 12. It really just depends on how you group them together. Some teachers will put 2 groups together in one, so that will make it less uses. But really, I think it's useful to break them up into 12 uses. But before we get started, let's talk about these 2 questions. What are modal verbs, and why are they so important? Because they are very important. So what are they and why are they so important? Well, modal verbs are a type of auxiliary verb, which means it's a helping verb. It is not the main verb in a sentence. They are important because we use them all the time to talk about past habits, to express prohibition, and to make promises about the future or for the future. So we will talk about these 3 and a couple more today. So these are 3 of the 12 uses for modal verbs. Like I said, there are about 12 uses for modal verbs. In part 1, we studied 5 uses for modal verbs. In this video, we will consider another 5. In part 3, we will consider 2 more, and we'll do a quick overview or a quick review of all the 12 uses. But for now, here are some examples of modal verbs. So words such as can, could, may, might, would, must, shall, and should. So these are just a few of the modal verbs, what we call helping verbs. Now, one note. In soon coming videos, I will go into more detail about each of the, not 10 uses, we should make that each of the 12 uses. Because as I said, I believe there are actually 12 uses for modal verbs. But for now, though, let's take a look at group 6. So let's take a look at use number 6, which is to talk about past habits. And for this, we can use the modal verb would. Okay, so we can say, for example, when I was a child, I would always wake up early. Number 2, when I was, I'm going to make a change here. When I was in Europe, I would call you every day. Number 3, when Tom was in my class, he would always cheat on the spelling tests. Number 4, when Tom and Larry worked at the office, they would always finish their work early. Number 5, when we lived in Quebec, we would go skiing every weekend in the winter. Number 6, whenever your little brother came for supper, he would always help me wash the dishes. So again, we can use this modal verb would to talk about past habits. In other words, these are things, that actions that we used to do, but we don't do them anymore. So we can use would for that. let's go to group number 7, use number 7. To talk about something that should not be done. This is what we call prohibition. So we can use words such as can't or cannot, like this. We can use it like this. We can separate these two words like that. These are 3 different ways to express the word. We can use must not or mustn't, or we can use may not. So we can say can't, must not, or may not. These are 3 different ways, 3 different modal verbs that we can use. Okay, so examples of using can't, mustn't, or may not to express prohibition. The children cannot enter here. You must not talk during story time at the library. You can't leave now. Tom and Brady mustn't eat any more food before their medical exam. We cannot go back in there. And number 6, your little brother may not follow you to school. So again, these are just different modal verbs that we can use to express prohibition when someone cannot do something. Okay, so let's go on to number 8. And this is to express what we call future willingness. Future willingness. And we can use will or shall in this regard. Okay, using will or shall to express future willingness. The children will come soon. I will help you carry your bags. Bob says he will help you tomorrow. Your aunt will visit us later in the year. We shall call you later then. I will get the phone. When we say this, it really means I will answer the phone. So if we say I will get the phone, it means I will answer the phone. So we can use will to talk about future willingness, something that we say that we will do in the future. Now, close behind this. Now, this is where sometimes people will combine future willingness with group number 9, which is to make promises. Now here, I'm just going to go back here. We used will or shall here. And for this one, we can also use will or shall. Now there is a very slight difference. It's a very, very slight difference between future willingness and to make promises. And in a future video, I will go into greater detail on the differences between those. But let's take a look at a few. I will be home by 9 p.m. They will wash your car when they get back. We will take you to the mall. We shall be back before sunset. So again, we can use will or shall to make future promises, which is really similar to future willingness. So to make promises or future willingness, very, very similar, but a slight difference. And this is why I broke them up into 2 parts. But for now, let's take a look at our modal verb use number 10, which is to make requests. And to make polite requests, can, could, and may. Let's take a look here. Okay, so can, could, and may to make polite requests. Number 1, can we buy a new dog? Number 2, could we please go to the zoo? And number 3, may the children go home early tonight? Now, I mentioned that we can use these 3 to make polite requests. So one thing I should mention is that it's pretty polite, but could is more polite than can, and may is more polite than could. So there's a level of politeness when we are using these 3 words. And again, you guys, in a future video coming up very, very soon, I will break these down. I will go into much more detail as well. But that brings us to the end of our, we did number 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 modal verb uses, and we have them here. So let's take a look at just a little bit of an example for each. Number 6 again. So this is 5 more uses for modal verbs summary. Number 6, to talk about past habits. When she was a child, she would play all day. To express prohibition. The children must not stay out after dark. The children must not stay out after dark. To express future willingness. I will see you later. I will see you later. To make promises. Number 9. I will be sure to call you when I get home. And finally, number 10, to make polite requests. Could you please pass the salt? So these again are use number 6 to 10. So in the 2 videos, we've covered numbers 1 through 10. And that brings us to the end of this video. But I want to thank all of you for watching. I really do appreciate each and every one of you. And remember, leave your comments or questions in the comment section. I always will respond to those, and I do appreciate each and every one. And again, remember everyone, there will be 3 different videos. Number 1 is already done. This is number 2, and number 3 is coming up this week as well. Put them all together, study them, and remember, leave your comments or questions in the comment sections of these 3 videos, and I will definitely respond. And more videos, dictation videos, and exercises will be coming up very soon. And remember everyone, if you like this video, please remember to share, like, and subscribe. And thank you so much everyone. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I will see you soon in the next video.